When someone mentions soft life, most of the time we equate it to money and luxury, which that is part, but truly soft life begins with self-love first, working through trauma and exploring the real joy of life. It's a life free of stress and full of purpose. My name is Miracle. I'm a business owner and educator. My guest and I would like to let you in on some soft life secrets. Let's jump right in. Shae, tell the people what you do.
So I am Shae Primus. I'm a certified matchmaker and dating coach, and I'm also on Bravo's Love Match Atlanta.
Love Match Atlanta. Oh gosh, this is gonna be a good conversation, y'all. So I got the real matchmaking coach here herself, okay?
Yes.
Cedric, tell them what you do.
Well, I call myself the CEO of the money team, but I don't make that much money, honestly. I'm just a fun-loving guy who owns a few trucks. I even drive a truck because I'm humble. Love my kids, have a few real estate investments that I dibble and dabble in, kind of keep life simple.
Okay.
That don't sound real simple if you ask me.
Right.
You got to be able to read between the lines.
If I can be here for this,
you have time.
And I didn't fly, I drove the truck. It's parked outside.
Mm-hmm.
Shae, as your, how did you get into coaching and matchmaking?
So, great question. So I've always had a big network, having, gone to school here. I'm in the sorority. I just have a big network.
Wait, what sorority you in, girl?
I'm a Delta.
Okay. I had a girl here earlier.
Was she a Delta?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, happy belated Founders Day.
Okay. Are you in a sorority?
Yes, I'm a Zeta.
Okay. Well, happy belated Founders Day to you as well.
Thank
Everybody
you.
see me just shaking. I went to the military. I don't know nothing about none of that. You feel me?
Yes.
Happy Veterans Day.
Thank you.
Everybody get a happy. But no, so I just have a big network, and I attended Clark Atlanta University. So my network here in Atlanta is huge. And so whenever I would have an event, let's say it's a birthday party or a graduation party, folks will always be trying to hook up at my events. And they were like, Shae, hook me up with that girl, hook me up with that guy. And so I'm like, let me see how to monetize this, being the Capricorn that I am.
Yes.
So I went and got certified in matchmaking and as a dating coach. And I started my business. Initially, it was called Middle Class Matchmaker, but I have elevated, and now my business is called Upper Echelon Matchmaking.
Ooh, y'all hear that?
Congratulations.
Upper Echelon Matchmaking.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that was awesome how you just spot that. Like, because a lot of my friends say they do not want to go out and meet guys. They prefer to be matched, put together.
Exactly. And a lot of people, depending on their title, some people are really high profile. So I have clients who are news reporters, who are surgeons, public figures. They're not going to go on a dating site. They're not going to go to pick you up at the club or whatever. So they come to me to match them.
Wow.
You happen to have contact information for Jessica Combs from the Weather Channel?
No, but you could be my client. I can get you matched up.
Okay.
I'm a little frugal. I need to check her prices.
Hey, we doing business here on air.
Yeah, let's do it. Upper Echelon is not for frugal people. I do need to let you know.
Say it again.
It's not for the frugal. No, but I do events, just to that end. I do singles events and things like that are more affordable. But my matchmaking is, it's a luxury service.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What would you say?
Money back guarantee.
It comes with a guarantee. So I guarantee the number of introductions. That's what I can guarantee.
Okay.
I can't guarantee you're going to get married.
Right. You can't guarantee love,
but I can guarantee quality introductions. People that you wouldn't normally meet at Walmart. I can guarantee that I'm going to introduce you to quality people.
Okay. Y'all got this?
Yes.
Hey.
I like it.
Okay. So tell me, how are a lot of your clients that you have, do they live a soft life, or are they trying to live a soft life, or how does that fit in? Like, is that what they have interest in?
Interesting. My clients are definitely, I would say, wealthy or, very comfortable financially. And so they can afford all the soft things. They can afford the luxuries, the nice homes, the nice cars, the trips. So they do those kinds of things.
Right.
But sometimes in my coaching, I have to coach them on being softer in their approach to the opposite sex, because sometimes they can come in hot. grilling people and interrogating people and, well, do you have the qualifications? And I have to coach them on softening that up.
Oh.
Yes, how to flirt, how to take a compliment, how to receive. Because sometimes we're in our I can do it, I don't need no help mode. And that's not the way that you attract a strong man.
That independent Black woman curse that we've been put on us.
Exactly.
LeSedric, how do you feel about women like that? Like, are you open to being paired up?
To be honest, I really feel like I would much rather meet someone organically.
Okay.
Happenstance, passing in the parking lot, not parking lot, pimping after the club and nothing like that, But organic for me would work. I can't even tell you the last time I've been on a dating website or looked at, somebody told me something about some called Hinge or something like that. I don't know, maybe I'm just old school or using apps and stuff like that. I feel like people are hiding something. Like, why can't you go out and sit down and meet someone at dinner? But I felt like a lot of the places when I did live here in Atlanta, I was kind of out of place. I didn't go and sit in Buckhead at the happy hour to meet someone who may have felt like were more on my level. But I also always felt like I wanted to meet someone that kind of was in the image of my mom, that was real simple, down home, take care of home, cook and all that. But I end up doing all the cooking. All the working.
You bring home the bacon air fried in the pan?
Yeah, girl, I can do all of that. Yes, but I got a question for you, Shae, though, to elaborate on your matchmaking, what you just mentioned about when you responded to her question regarding the soft life and women. All of those things you mentioned seem to be kind of luxurious. And I think, or do you think it's possible to still have a soft life or live that soft life and not have all of those luxuries afforded to you?
I think so. I think the soft life is a mentality. So it's really about tapping into your femininity and understanding that your femininity is power. And you can get anything you want when you tap into your femininity. And I think the mindset of having a soft life, and you're right, I did give a lot of luxury examples, but you can have a soft life and be simple. You can you could be in the country somewhere, enjoying a soft life, sipping on some lemonade. So it really is it's a mindset.
It's a mindset. Yeah, okay. So I'm glad you brought it up. The femininity. Like, that's what I hear a lot of women are lacking now, especially the boss chicks. So, Cedric, how do you feel about women who don't display the femininity? Like, is that something you require a lady to be a lady, or do you like a take charge type, come here, boy?
Yeah. I think the latter. I think you kind of hit that on the head. You would think guys want, guys of a certain status or whatever would want someone who has very feminine ways and carry themselves like a lady and all that. But I really, to be honest with you, I love a tomboy. I love a girl that'll get out there on the ATV with me and ride her own. Don't hold on to me.
I love
you know what I'm saying? Go fishing with me. I don't have to put, I fish with live shrimp down there in the salt water, you know what I'm saying? Live shrimp, put your own crab on there. You don't need me to put it on there because when you catch the fish, you want me to take it off too.
Yeah.
So I kind of
you appreciate independent.
A little bit. That's a turn on. I'm telling you.
Okay.
A little rough around the edges. Wanna if you're active in sports or anything like that, let's play some tennis. It doesn't have to be basketball or football to think of a woman being athletic or using those abilities. Even table tennis. I'm very competitive. So when I meet a woman with a competitive spirit, competitive drive, even just like Topgolf or bowling, that's a turn on. And ain't no such thing as letting her beat you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going for head.
We'll be fighting because I'm trying to trip you. You ain't finna outrun me. You see what I'm saying? I'm a track star. I'm a runner. I'm not gonna let him beat me. Okay.
That's funny.
So
being feminine has its place in the bedroom.
Oh.
And when you go get your nails and hair done, you got that stuff, but we can also
being feminine has its place in the bedroom. Can you elaborate on that?
Ooh, that was deep, wasn't it?
All of those things that I just mentioned that I would like to have in a mate. Kind of tomboyish woman, but I don't want to look like a stud or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I do not want to offend anyone. Sensitive society we're in nowadays. But feminine, not necessarily in the bedroom. That's where it needs to be displayed, on display the most. Around the household is great. Out in publics and couples events is also great. So I didn't want to sound so shallow and cut off that it's only in one place. But to have that mate that'll do all of these stuff, I'm telling you, I own trucks, but I still drive trucks, and I love to drive trucks. But when I pass by a woman driver in a truck, the level of respect that she gets, it's a turn on. I don't know. Maybe it's the country boy.
I think it is a country boy in you. I think it does have something to do with it. You like women as peers. You like women as playmates. You like women to get rough and dirty with you in the mud. You like that. That's just what you like. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think the average man is that way.
Right.
I'm sure
I think he
not.
just, that's him. That's what he likes. And honestly, as a matchmaker, it's about me understanding what my clients like.
Okay.
Everybody's going to want something different. You know, he told me when I met him, he wants a woman who likes to fish with him. He likes fishing. That's important to him. But some people aren't into that, you know, and so they would never.
And not even interested.
Exactly.
Right. I don't want to force that on you.
Right.
I hate doing something when it feels forced and the other person's not enjoying it. I want you to take away just as much enjoyment as I am.
Right. That makes
or
sense.
else it's like forced and fake. And that's not fun for either party.
Agreed.
Likewise, I don't want you to force me to go to whatever kind of parties and galas y'all have.
That's me. I'm going to be like, we have this gala, we have this ball.
I love playing dress up now. I love putting on a suit and tie. I love even business casual. But I don't want to go to be around a bunch of bougie fake people.
And I live in that world. But that's why I have to go to meet
that's where your
clients.
business.
Right.
Yeah, so I have to go to events and conferences and balls and galas because my clients want people like that.
That's what they want.
That's what they want, and that's what I give them.
And a lot of people are also getting a representative of who that person is.
Yeah.
It's not always exactly who that person is. It's something that they put on for a show. And a lot of people that has $1 million and these many, they have it, but how much of that is debt?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All of those things matter.
Right. So Shae, most of your clients are women. How successful have you been with, I guess, the success rate as far as matching and actually a union formed?
Yeah. So I have a 90% success rate. And one of the things that...
Wait. Hold on. 90%?
90% success rate.
Do y'all hear this?
What contributes to that is one, I don't take everybody. So I run two businesses, and that for me is important because I know some people who are matchmakers, they get desperate and they just take everybody. I don't take everybody. So I take people I feel like I can match. So when we have when we meet for our consultation, I either feel like I can match you or I don't. And if I don't, then I say, you know what, this ain't the right one. And that's important for me. I have to continue to be able to do that. If I take on everybody because I need to pay my rent, well, then I'm going to take people that I can't match. And then
you already know you can't. Because some people just can't be matched.
Some people have unrealistic expectations.
Okay.
You 450 pounds and you want somebody with a six pack. Man,
girl,
that's not it.
Say it.
So I'm just being honest. If you come into me with unrealistic expectations or with a laundry list of things, then I already know this is not going to work.
Now, we talked about that in another episode about the things that the women are asking for as far as the soft life. They're not providing that.
Right.
So how can you want something that you're not?
Right. So if you don't understand statistics, so if you're like, well, I make $700,000 a year, he need to make ma'am. Where am I going to find this
outpriced
Where
yourself.
am I going to find this $700,000 man who wants you, who's not looking for a 20-year-old, who is not playing for the NFL? And you know what I'm saying? Like it's like a very small. You got to understand statistics, and be realistic about what's out there.
Right.
Now, if you just want a good man that's going to love you and take care of you, and yes, we can get that all day. I know a lot of really good men. I attract really good men, and those are the men I match with my clients, and that's why my success rate is what it is.
90%.
So I have to coach you to understand what's more important. I have a surgeon makes $5 million a year. I matched her with an attorney. He don't make what she make. They are happy. They are extremely happy. They just came from Turks and Caicos. I'm going to dinner with them next week. Like she understood what she was like. I'm not looking for somebody who make what I make. Right. I want somebody who loves me, and I can match that all day. I can match that all day.
Wow.
Can I ask you a question on that?
Yes.
So you said you attract a lot of the matches that you find for your mates, correct? So are you single or married?
I am. I'm dating.
So the people that you attract wouldn't be anyone that you would date, or is that specific?
Well, that's a good
work?
question. So when I'm out and I'm at events, I'm working events, I'll say I flirt to meet men. Like, that's just part of my personality. I have a flirty personality. So I do meet people, but I can parlay them typically to one of my clients. So I might meet you and then go, oh, you'd be great for one of my clients. But I do, I attract good men. That's part of me doing my job.
Right.
But are you asking me, do I meet them for myself? I don't get high off my own supply. So
Okay,
if you're in my pool, if you're in my database to meet a client, that's what you're for. Or if you like me, that's what you're for. I don't mix the two.
Right.
So then the person that you would be dating, when you are finding or attracting these people and flirting with them, they have to be a really strong personality. Or do you think you could have a man that has that soft life side of him?
You mean to date me?
Right. Well, you said you are dating.
I am
So
dating.
the person that you are dating, and I'm not trying to get too personal, would have to be very accepting of your flirtatious nature by knowing that, hey, she's doing this
For
as
work.
a part
For
of her
work.
job.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
It's specific towards work.
Absolutely. It takes a certain
Then you
personality.
can't have an insensitive guy.
No,
or
he has to be
insecure.
strong. He cannot be insecure. Because I have dated somebody who didn't want me to go out, who didn't want me to have parties. Like, I can't do my job. I can't make my money. Because I will go to a bar. I can go to a bar, pick up three, four men, introduce them to my clients. This is how I
This is how you work.
This is how I pay my
Right.
bills.
Right.
But I'm also a very loyal person. And you have to know me to know.
Right.
First of all, I'm not gonna play with my money.
Right.
So this is how I eat. I'm gonna go get this money to feed my kids. Like,
Exactly.
at the end of the day, it's not about me. I'm gonna put myself last. Now, if I meet somebody and he likes me, he has to understand this is the kind of work that I do, and he has to be okay with it. But I'm very honest. I have no desire to have 11 dudes.
Right.
I just don't have that desire.
So then it's disclosed to them
Yeah.
shortly after the flirting has taken place and all of that.
What it is.
What it is. Okay, good.
Absolutely.
I'm
Yeah.
just being a little nosy.
No,
I'm sorry.
it's fine. I let people know up front, and the kind of guy that works best with me is someone who's like, "Hey, Shae, this event going on. Did you know about that?" I love men who keep me abreast of what's going on.
Abreast.
There's a conference happening here. There's an event happening here. There's a party happening here. You should go. And he would, keep me in the loop. Or he would say, I have this single friend. Let me introduce you to him. Like, I love men like that who are always introducing me into their network. That's what it takes.
People who you've helped.
Yes, I love it. Well, no, I'm saying if I'm dating a man and he's like, hey, you should meet my friend, you should meet my classmate, he's a good guy, you should match him. I love that.
Okay. So it takes a secure man,
Yes.
a special type of guy to be able to deal with you. And and not just you, a strong, independent black woman.
For me,
I hate to use that.
but for me, I don't feel like the two can't coincide. I'm an entrepreneur. I have 2 6-figure businesses, like I said, but I'm very soft. Like, I don't even have, we're not going to tussle. You say, hey, I don't want you to wear that. Okay, I'm going to change it. Like, I'm not that person.
Okay.
So I'm very submissive in my relationships, and I'm very soft. So you could be both. You can be a whole boss, and you could be soft at the same time.
At the same time, you know how to, you need to know how to turn it on and off.
And I can turn it on and off. Yes.
In the house, in the presence of your significant other, you need to be feminine.
Absolutely. I grew up with a feminine mother. So
Okay.
I don't feel like I ever had to struggle with being feminine. In my household, my mom was always feminine, was always soft, was always prissy. So I saw that it could be done. And I just mirrored that. So I've never had an issue with that, even though I'm an entrepreneur.
Okay.
I wonder how that would work, though, with the shoe on the other foot. Just to be honest, with a male being the matchmaker, if I was her, and how is that guy's mate gonna feel about him going out flirting? And because I don't know if insecurities reside the same way with both females.
I think it'll be
males.
challenging. I do know some male matchmakers. I do know some. It's challenging, I think. Yeah, because that's your job. And now every matchmaker don't flirt. just what I do. Most matchmakers are married, so they can't. This is what I do because I'm single and I can't.
So what's another way to get that client?
And that's a good point. So me and the guy I'm dating, we had this conversation because he was like, well, when you get married, you're gonna have to transition the way you do some of the things.
Okay.
And again, I'm like, well, let's hear it. What's your suggestion? And he was like, well, we should kind of parlay some of this to maybe just having some events where they can come and you can meet them, or we do it online. Like, he was trying to come up with some ideas, and I'm open to those ideas because most matchmakers are married and they hire recruiters to go find their men. So they're not
and the
doing
recruiters do the flirting.
Exactly.
Okay.
I like to do it. I like to do it because I know if you're my client, I know you. I know what you're looking for. I can go find that for you. I don't really trust somebody to go do that. Right. Yeah.
Because you got to interview after the recruiters.
Yes, and vet them and all that. So if I meet, if you're my client and I meet Charles, and I'm like, nah, she would love Charles. No, Charles, let me get your number. I'm going to introduce you to my client. Now, I'm going to go run a background check and do my due diligence at home, but then I'm going to introduce you to Charles. But I'm like, I already know you're going to like him because I liked him when I met him. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So for me, I do that. But sometimes other matchmakers send somebody else to do that on their behalf. And I just like to be the one doing it. Yep.
Right. That makes sense, though, because then you get the information undiluted.
Exactly. Not secondhand. Not she liked him and she passed. No, I did it.
Smart.
I love it. So based on the attributes that you look for in women, would you be able to deal with, I mean, you kind of like spoke on it, but would you be able to deal with a woman of such magnitude, high value woman, one that, maybe is not as feminine as you want? How would you deal with that?
I think I could deal with that. To be honest, I don't know if that's something I absolutely want.
Okay.
It's not that I want to be a person that runs over a person, or I want to be the breadwinner. I would absolutely take a woman that makes more than me, because I don't think salary is going to be that important when you're looking for something that's organic, something that's genuine. I think it can come from someone who makes $60,000, $70,000.
Right.
Because money can't be everything in a relationship.
Absolutely.
Although money and communication are some of the number one causes for divorce.
Absolutely.
But a lot of these people, bank accounts nowadays, and a lot of newly married couples, they don't share bank accounts, don't have joint bank accounts. But, back in the day, our parents did, because they had that trust. So I'm going kind of off base, but I would absolutely take someone, but how willing is she going to be to share what she already has and to take what I already have, and we grow that together?
I mean, I think we're speaking in generalities, but I think there are women that absolutely would. So like for me, I know I want a husband. And so if I want a husband, I'm gonna have to operate differently than I have before, right? So that means my husband can come in and say, all right, we buying this house together. We combining our income. And I'm gonna be like, okay, let's do it, because this is what I want. I want to do something different. I don't want to keep doing the same thing I've been doing. I don't want that anymore. I want to get married. So that means I gotta do things differently. So it just depends. If somebody's there, if they have that mindset and that's what they want, then they will do it. So my coaching is to get you to that point where it's like, look, you've been doing this. You've been a boss. You making $700,000 a year, and you live by yourself, and you in that bed by yourself. Are you tired of doing that? Do you want to do something different? Then we got to switch it up. We got to, hey, that's not working.
Okay.
But is she going to want to be that boss, or be the one that makes more and has more going for herself than me, but still want me to wear the pants and be a man? You know what I'm saying? There's men that fight with that. They're thinking, hey, this woman does this, she has this, so she has a lot more say so.
No, money doesn't give you the say so. So
I didn't think so, but is that woman going to be okay?
And that's why I think coaching is important.
Right.
That's why I have to coach you to this place, because a husband, and it's a compromise, right? Because I can afford a certain lifestyle by myself. Right. If that's important to me, I can go get that. If I want a husband, then I know I might have to compromise a little bit. He might say, well, Shae, I can't afford that $1 million mortgage, so I can afford this $500,000 mortgage. Okay, well, can I find the baddest house I can find for this $500,000?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and then I'm gonna deck it out with furniture and
live within his means.
I'm gonna live within his means. I'm gonna deck it all the way out, and then I can be okay.
Now you said something there, because I remember, and a friend of mine's got married, and her husband, she was raised with a silver spoon in her mouth, and she wanted to furnish the whole house when they moved into the house. And her husband was like, well, we'll do one room at a time, here or there. We'll save money and this and that. And she went behind his back.
Oh, no.
And asked her father for some money to furnish, one of the rooms in the house. And her husband came home and said, I'm the man of the house.
That's right.
And if I say we can't afford
then
it,
that's what it is.
It doesn't mean we can't. It just means not today.
Right. Exactly.
He said, but I dare you go and ask your father, who I asked him for your hand in marriage, and you go behind my back and belittle me.
Yeah.
And disrespect me.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think she got it at that point.
Right. Because then how is the father looking at the husband?
Exactly.
Yeah. Now my dad, I could absolutely go ask my dad for anything under the sun.
Right.
But if I have a man or a husband in the house, he's not gonna step over that. He's not gonna do that. He would be like, absolutely no.
Ask your husband.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So how do you feel about that, Cedric? Because a lot of women, like you said, a lot of them are used to what they're used to.
Yeah.
But they don't know that once you get married,
it's a different.
Whatever he say goes.
Period.
Right.
And so you have to live within his means. If you want, like you said, $1 million home, but he can only afford $500,000, we're going to get the baddest $500,000
Baddest.
home.
It's going to be bad.
I think the most important
but
word
that
she used
also
in that
lets
was
him be the
compromise.
man.
Yes.
That also lets him be the man. Where I'm going to tag on to now, you have a lot of couples now that's going 50-50.
Yeah.
What do you feel about that?
Well, now I think each relationship is different.
Okay.
And I think you can have whatever rules that work for you in your relationship. It's got to be what makes sense to the couple.
Right.
At the same time, never disrespecting your man. And, I'm never going to make my man feel less than.
Right.
That's the whole thing. So if he's okay with me adding a little bit more, then we'll do that. But if I make you feel a way, I won't. So, it's all about, to me, I want to make sure you good.
I've always wanted to live. Now, I've been married twice, but I've always wanted to live within the means of what my husband could provide. Even though we can afford way more, but I never wanted to make him feel less than. Like he's struggling, having to do something, or you the man of the house, this is what we're going to do, and I'm okay with it. Because I think a lot of women, in order for me to have respect for the man, I feel like he has to do he has to have certain qualities. Remember, we talked about that before on, what was it? How they were raised.
Core values.
Yes, the core values. He has to have a certain amount of core values. And as long as you have that, you'll get anything out of me. I mean, the submissive wife, I ain't gonna cook every day because that ain't what I do.
No, I'm not gonna cook every
day. But I'm gonna make sure you eat.
But then we fine.
You get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give you 2-3 days out the week, and if you got the rest, we good.
Baby, you gonna eat every day.
We gonna eat every day.
And we may have 2 good chefs.
Yeah.
This is it, and maybe another way. I don't know. But you gonna eat good every day, all right? But no. I do like to cook. I do, but when I want to, I don't want to be a force upon me because I'm a businesswoman.
Right.
I mean, I'm not the traditional, what they say, soft life living, the stay at home wife. No, I'm not that. And even if I had the opportunity to stay at home, that's not me. We're Capricorns.
Right. We're going to go get it.
We are go-getters. We're going to go get something.
Yeah. Now, you said you want to talk about the 50-50.
Right. Just my point of view. I feel like we kind of have to be careful when when we put that out there, when we start dating someone, I'm saying this because I had a situation not too long ago where I was dating someone. They well off, make good money, but in the course of meeting someone, they know that you're pretty well off too, maybe a little bit more well off than them. And a guy automatically, when he starts dating somebody, you're going out, you pull that card out. I like a woman every now and then to pull her card out too. Okay. But I don't never want to get to the point where I have to tell you, hey, I think that should be like a common courtesy. So then it's a dangerous line you're towing, because now that becomes an expectation. So now even if we go further into this relationship, I've already set the precedent from the beginning that this is not going to be 50-50, because I'm already showing that I'm taking care of you. You get what I'm saying? So it can get very blurred there if you don't set. So then do we need to go back and sit down and have this conversation? No, you started off treating me like this.
No, and so for me, and what I coach my ladies to do is definitely I let the man, he got the first date, you asked me out, that's on you. That's your time to shine, show me what you got. Like that's your, and also the first date is a vibe check. I'm just checking to see, do I like you? Can we laugh? Can we have a good conversation? That's the first date. Around second, third date, I'm gonna offer. Okay. You want me to get this? Or I'll take you here. You want me? I will offer. Oh. And then he might say, no, I got it. But at least he know I offered.
And that's more important than actually at least knowing that you will offer. I mean, and then sometimes you might be dating somebody and they aren't in a position to take care of this Fogo de Chao meal or whatever, but they offer, let me take care of the gratuity.
Exactly.
Okay, that's important too. Exactly. Show me that you're willing to do something. It don't always have to be 50-50.
It doesn't.
But show me that you had a willingness to at least know that I'm putting out something. Whatever it is, and you want to come back to help me out. So we're getting closer to
that's what it's all about. Reciprocity. Yeah. So you might buy me flowers. I might say, you know what, I saw this great cologne. I was walking through the mall and I smelled it and it smelled really good. What you think? And I bought this for you. And it's just reciprocity. Right. It's not tit for tat, but it's just making sure I'm not here to use you.
I got you.
And then the funny thing about a prideful, maybe somewhat egotistical guy is he knows that he has. And then when a woman pays the bill and you're at some type of restaurant like that, now he's wondering what the server's looking at him like is she carrying him? Is she the breadwinner? Is he broke? So, men, we also have to be able to swallow our pride.
Your egos, yes.
And let our ego go and be like, hey, these folks don't need to know about my personal business. Matter. If she pull that card out, I'm good. You never know what she got in store for the night.
That's good.
And it might make you work for that. So I'm gonna make you work. If I pay for dinner, listen. If I pay for dinner, you putting out. Like I'm gonna tell you right now. If I pay for dinner, you putting out.
I'm gonna put out, but I'm almost 50. It's probably gonna be the best 15 minutes. 15 minutes or 15 strokes. I don't know which one's gonna be first.
We're gonna stop by the gas station, get some little pills, and you putting out. We're going all night if I take you out.
If I take you out.
Well, we need better than gas station quality. They might not always work.
I love it. Not the gas station.
Yeah. We need to get prescription. Doc prescribed. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I love it. I actually had a guy back in my dating days. I went out on a couple of dates. And like you said, after the second day, I'm like, oh, I got this. Just to, just show him I'm a boss. You know what I mean? And do you know that after he dropped me off, I don't know how he slid the money back in my purse, but he slid the money back in my purse and basically called me later and was like, check your purse and this and that. And I was like, he was like, I just, I normally don't go in women's purse. I just put something in there though. But I wanted to let you know, I really thoroughly appreciated you taking that tab.
I like that.
He said, and it meant a lot to me because no woman has ever done that. He said, but I'm going to always have your back.
I like
and
that.
I know that.
And I was like,
that made you feel good.
What happened to him? What happened to him?
Yes, psycho.
Okay.
But he was, I'm not going to say he was a good guy, just not the guy for me.
You. Mm-hmm.
He just wasn't for me. He had good qualities as far as certain things, but
some guys that got it like that want to be controlling.
Listen, and that's why I try to
And
tell
that's the
women.
difference. You got to be careful.
Yes.
Guys with money,
It's a whole different.
it's a whole different
I
ball
try to
game.
tell women that, like, you think you want this
Right.
multi-millionaire
Right.
dude. Because
Right.
I've been wined and dined. Let me tell you,
Yes.
I've gone on trips. I've gone to Europe. I've had it all.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, these types of men, they
different.
Yes, they're very different. And give me the good quality,
They different.
hard-working brother all day, every day. Give me
Let me tell
him.
you.
Give me him who ain't running the streets, and I know where he is. Give me him all day. I don't want to do because he can take care of me, you, her. You ain't got time for that. You don't want to.
And guess what? Most of the times, and I mean, I have friends that have suffered, so I'm not making light on this, but those men or women that become victims of domestic violence
Wow.
are usually the ones that are searching or looking for that paymaster. And if he knows you ain't going nowhere,
Right.
because what he gonna do after he whoop your ass, he's going to go buy you a gift,
Yeah.
Right.
Buy
a
your new
$10,000 bag.
Yeah.
And guess what? A lot of them stay.
No.
A lot of them are there. And you wonder, like, by the time we hear about it, this ain't the first time.
No.
Right.
So, like, how long has this been going on, and why did you allow that?
Right.
So,
It's a lot that comes with it. So
I'm
you got
not
to be
so
sure.
controlling though. I'm kind of a softie. I get ran over a lot. I feel
you?
like, yeah. I think my heart's a little bit too giving at times. I mean,
you have a big
sometimes-
heart.
I'll give you a quick example. Hopefully we have enough time. But I sold a truck to a lady here in Atlanta probably about 6 months ago. I ain't gonna get emotional like the last episode.
It's okay.
But no, I still helped this woman with the truck.
You sold it to her.
She had other people telling her that I was doing bad business with her. They checked out the truck, did all this other stuff. I'm still, as of last week, driving the truck to the shop, helping her to ensure her. That's a softie in me, because I don't even have to answer the phone no more.
No, you've already
I done
sold
got
it.
the check,
Yeah.
got
And
the title and
move.
everything. So in relationships, I'm kind of a pushover like that too. I don't care about the controlling thing. The greatest problem that I have or have had in my relationships, and this podcast is not about me, but I'm a person of solitude and space. And I think the military messed me up like that. Because I was in Afghanistan for 3.5 years, Iraq 1.5 years, sleeping in a tent and a cot by myself. I love 5 or 6 days at the house just by myself. But dating, women think you out there doing something else.
I can see that.
Where do the insecurities come in a woman who meets someone that's
From their past.
Yeah.
that's
Because most of the
got it
time men
made?
are
Their
most of the time men are out there doing something else. They are with somebody else.
Right.
So everybody got to carry that.
No.
You got to communicate that.
Yeah, you just have to
that
communicate.
comes with communication. And they need to understand that, hey, I've been in the military. Maybe you need somebody who understands the military living.
Yeah.
Right.
And also just like you said, communicate, because like for example, this weekend, and one of the guys I'm dating, he's very much needs time to himself. And I was like, well, what are you doing? He was like, I'm just home. I'm just doing some projects around the house. And he just FaceTimed me, and I could see he at home doing, the project. And I'm like, okay, cool.
How do you deal with that?
I'm cool with that.
Because
Like,
you after
he could
you saw.
FaceTime me, and you in the house by yourself, and he was doing flooring in his house, and I loved it. I'm like, okay, good. That looks good. He was like, yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and get this project done over the weekend. I'm good, because we communicated.
Right.
Well, I'm going out, because it was my Founders Day weekend, so I was
Right.
out.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, well, I'm going out. I'll send you a picture when and it was no, like, what you doing, where you at? Because he knew I was going out, and I knew he was at home.
That's
what it
my
was.
other fault though, then. I'm
What?
not a big talker on the phone. I'm not big on telephone usage. I'm great with communication, but calling me, especially with all of the business stuff that I'm running all the time, takes away from something that I'm doing.
That's fine.
So if you're one of those, and of course we know women like to talk on the phone way more than men. You see them walking around Walmart just yabbering their whole business out. I don't care for talking on the phone a lot. Even my mom, I might talk to her once every 2 weeks or so. She
wow.
calls me.
Wow.
I love her to death. We talk, once every 2 weeks. Sometimes she calls
That's
me
a lot.
once a
Once
week.
every 2
Right.
weeks.
I talked to my dad, I think, on Christmas, and the last time I had talked to him may have been April of last year.
So you don't need a needy female.
I don't.
Because once every 2 weeks.
If you crowd me, I'm going to run.
Okay.
I guarantee you that.
And that's good
if
to
you're
know.
clingy, I'm going.
And that's something you need to be upfront with women because
Upfront.
for me, I need to hear your voice every day.
Every day.
Not all day, but every day we need to talk.
Ain't
But that comes from my upbringing. I talk to my mom every day.
Me same.
So what I do is I look for men for me that reminds me of my father.
Nurturing.
And so the nurturing and one that communicates clearly. So I'm going to ask you up front, like, how often do you talk to your mother? Because how you treat your mom, my dad always said how a man treats his mom is normally how he's going to treat his woman.
But the talking aspect of it is what y'all are getting at. It's
Right,
not that
but
we
if you-
don't communicate.
No.
We might exchange 100 texts
you
a
may
day.
have told me you love your mom,
Right.
but you only talk to her once every 2 weeks.
No, but see, he's saying he gonna text you. So for me, I can do alternate forms of communication. You can, we can talk on the phone. You can send me a voice note.
Okay.
You can send me a video.
Yeah.
You can send me a message on Instagram. We can communicate in
FaceTime,
all the way. You can
okay.
FaceTime me. It don't have to be communication like on the phone. It's something. You need to send me some form of
Okay.
communication every day. So as long as we're doing that, I'm good.
But if
So
I'm on that 5 days of solitude, like you just explained.
You're not talking at all during that
No,
time?
we can talk, text, and fine. I'm saying being
not
in
gonna
your
be-
personal
Personal
space.
space.
you communicate that. Like,
Like
hey,
you said, but you didn't say you needed it, but the guy showed you on
I'm here.
FaceTime or whatever, hey, I'm here doing this. That's gonna be a bit much for
that
me.
would be a bit much for you.
You need. It feels to me like you're gonna need that reassurance that I'm not doing anything.
Well, it wasn't that I need.
I'm not
I
saying
didn't
you
say,
personally,
Me
but-
personally, I didn't say I need to see that you're not doing anything. I was just like, "What you doing?" He just said, "Oh, I'm gonna show you. I'm doing my flooring." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then I was like, "Okay, cool. Well, I'm about to go out." So it's just about communication. Everything in relationships is about compromise,
Yes.
understanding what each other needs. And if I know that's a need for you, if I know you need solitude and you know I need communication, then we just give it to each other.
Okay. This has been way too good. I mean, I'm definitely going to have you all back
Yes.
on another show, but that is our time for today. Shae, let the people know where they can find you at.
You can find me at Shae Primus Matchmaker on Instagram or upper-echelon-matchmaking.com.
Okay? Don't come with the BS. 'Cause, it's upper echelon.
Upper
all right? LeSedric, where can they find you?
Find me on Facebook, LeSedric. I am him, Curtis. IG, we don't even need to go there right now. But no inboxes and all that. If you can't find me, then I don't need to be found.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
What am I going to do with you?
I'm just too much.
This was great. This was great. You all can tune in to see more episodes. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and comment below.